Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. This is Cheryl again, host of this faceless travel channel. Yes, that face is mine in case you are curious. Glad to have you here. I want to share these 10 tips that I wish I had learned earlier in my travel adventures. Today, I am going to delve into all the things I discovered to finally become a travel pro, so you don't have to make the same mistakes I did. And if you stay until the end, I have a bonus tip that you will simply love. Now let's get started. Tip number 1, currency exchange. You know, like I do, that usually when you have to pay for something abroad, you typically have to swipe your credit or debit card. There are times that you are given the option to pay in your currency or the local currency. Most people think it might be nice to just pay in their currency to make it easier. So, of course, they choose that option. But I am going to tell you right now not to choose that option. Always pick the local currency, and let me tell you why. When you pick your home currency, such as the US dollar, what ends up happening is that the payment processor converts it and then adds an extra amount to your bill. So you may end up paying between 2 to 6% more than it would have cost you for the local currency. I would suggest saving yourself that trouble by paying the bill using the local currency. You get a much better rate. Tip number 2, flight status. Tip number 2 is one of my favorites. Let's say that you are flying from Germany to JFK and you need someone to pick you up when you land. Well, instead of sending them your flight details and hope that they accurately track it so they can show up on time, just open up your phone and send a text message. For example, if you are flying on American Airlines and the flight number is 137, you would type AA 137, which is the airline code. Once you send the text message, the AA 137 will have a hyperlink that the person can just click. It takes them directly to the flight details to track the flight in real time. So they will know the exact time and terminal to do the pickup. Tip number 3, currency conversion rate. Tip number 3 is one I learned recently, and it saved me so much time and money. Let's say you are in Austria and you want to purchase something that costs 500 euros and you don't know what that amount converts to in US dollars. Rather than go to search on Google, just open the calculator app on your phone. If you have an iPhone 15, it updates the app periodically. Just look at the bottom of the calculator and you will see a small calculator button. Click on it and you will see a convert button. Click on that and type in 500 euros and it will convert to the currency you choose. If you find these tips helpful so far and you want more secret tips and hacks, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Everything is completely free. Now let's move on. Tip number 4, no more language barrier. Tip number 4 is another good one. If you have traveled abroad, let's say in France, and you want to visit a nice French restaurant, you shouldn't go into the restaurant asking for an English menu. But instead, you should go into Google Lens on your phone and use the search option at the bottom left, where there is a feature that will translate the menu for you. Take a picture of the menu, and it will automatically do a French translation of the menu to English. So now you don't have to be embarrassed at being that annoying tourist who didn't learn the language. However, make sure you have Wi-Fi. If you don't, find out if the restaurant has free Wi-Fi. The workaround to this is to make sure you have an eSIM card. Holofly is one of the most cheaper and reliable options where you get to purchase data prior to your trip. Never use your own internet service while you're abroad. You will pay a lot for roaming charges plus $10 to $20 a day, depending on your carrier. You should always have Wi-Fi anyway when you are traveling abroad. If you want to support the channel, you will find the Holofly link in the description. Tip number 5, free tours. Tip number 5 is a huge money saver. If you like to go on tours when abroad, then once you go to the first city, instead of paying for an expensive tour, you can go to Google and type in the location first and then type free tour. The results will show a few options, but choose the one that says something like free walking tour. This means it will be completely free. However, be sure to have money for tipping the tour guide. If you book an official tour, it will cost you more, But companies like Viator have very low-cost tours that are specific to your personal taste. This website will have tours in pretty much every city around the world. The best part? You can often tailor the experience to your interests. If you're into art, look for an art-focused tour. If you're a history buff, there are plenty of options for that too. Just remember to wear comfortable shoes and bring some water. These tours can sometimes cover a lot of ground. And when you're done, don't forget to tip your guide. It's a nice way to show your appreciation for their time and knowledge. I will leave a link in the description for you to search their website. Tip number 6. Track your luggage. Tip number 6 is something I tried to avoid for a long time when traveling. But I finally decided to invest in air tags to put on my luggage. This helps to keep your luggage safe. With air tags, you know where your luggage is at all times. Just think of air tags as your little security officer. It is a personal luggage GPS that you should never travel without, and it connects to your phone so you can track your luggage from check-in to baggage claim. There are air trackers for both iOS and Android. Both work pretty much the same way. There is not much to it other than connecting it to your phone, and trust me, having one of these will give you peace of mind when traveling. I will leave a link to both of them in the description. Now, we go on to the next 4 tips. Tip number 7, cheaper accommodations. Yes, tip number 7 is all about accommodations. This can get very pricey at times. But what many people don't know is that most Airbnb listings are operated by an official management company. Therefore, you can go to Airbnb.com and find a listing that you are interested in. Scroll down to the profile of the host. Usually, you will see the name of the management company, but not the specific address. Google the company to see the search results. In many cases, you will find an entire website for that management company. Go directly to the website. 9 times out of 10, you may find the specific Airbnb unit you want to pick on the official management company website. You may see the real unit price for the same dates you want to book. Go back to Airbnb and compare the prices. Let me give you an example. I was trying to book an Airbnb and followed my own advice. On the official management company website, the price was $300 lower than the same listing on Airbnb for the same dates. Of course, you will have to put a little effort into the search, but it is worth the extra effort to save hundreds of dollars. I couldn't recommend it more. I use it all the time. Tip number 8, eat at lunchtime. Tip number 8 is about how to eat out and save money while doing so. Yes, here's a little money-saving hack you might not have considered. Try dining out during lunch instead of dinner. Trust me, it can make a big difference in your budget. So, why lunch? Well, many restaurants offer amazing lunch specials that are way cheaper than their dinner menus. You can often snag multi-course meals or larger portions for a fraction of the dinner price. It's a win-win. Plus, if you hit up a place during lunch, you might catch some happy hour deals. Many spots have special pricing on drinks and appetizers around lunchtime so you can indulge without breaking the bank. And let's be honest, dining during lunch is usually way less hectic than dinner time. You get a more relaxed vibe and you won't be fighting the dinner rush. To make the most of this tip, do a little research before you go. Check out restaurants that are known for their lunch specials or ask locals for their favorite spots once you arrive. They often know the hidden gems that aren't in the guidebooks. So next time you're traveling, consider grabbing your meals at lunchtime. You'll enjoy delicious food and save some cash. What's not to love? Tip number 9, universal travel adapter. Tip number 9 solves a huge problem for international travelers. If it sounds familiar to you, then this tip is for you. You land in a foreign country and you have a travel adapter that plugs into the wall, but it doesn't quite fit because it may be too heavy and won't stay in the socket. This can be quite annoying, but wait, I have a few solutions. First things first though, make sure you have a universal travel charger if you are going abroad since they may have different sockets. The Ebook adapter is ideal. I used this one for years and it is solid and stays plugged into the wall socket. If you have an Apple phone, I have the answer for you. The universal Fonken USB wall charger is the best one. It is not big and clunky and it works great, plus it fits into the wall. Both links are in the description. Tip number 10, use travel apps. Now for tip number 10, I would recommend using apps for discounts and attractions in the city you're visiting. Seriously, these can help you score some great deals. There are apps like Groupon, Get Your Guide, or Viator that often offer discounts on everything from museum tickets to guided tours. You can find last-minute deals or special offers that might not be advertised elsewhere. For example, you might discover that a popular museum has a discounted ticket price if you book through one of these apps, or you could snag a buy one, get one free deal on a local tour. It's a simple way to save money while still experiencing all the fun stuff. And here's a pro tip check for bundle deals. Some apps let you combine multiple attractions for a lower price, which is perfect if you plan to hit up several sites in one day. Before you head out, just do a quick search on these apps to see what deals are available. You'll not only save some cash, but also have a better idea of what to do during your trip. Happy savings! Bonus tip: avoid third-party scammers. Now, I am going to drop the bonus tip I promised you at the beginning. Let's just address the elephant in the room. When you travel abroad, you are susceptible to scams, and so you have to be aware of this and be prepared for it if and when it should happen. If you have been scammed abroad, share your experience in the comment section to help other travelers. The key is how to prevent these scams. One time, I booked a ticket with a budget airline through one of those third-party companies. It all looked legit at the time. It was necessary for me to make a change to the flight date using their guidelines. Then, all of a sudden, I was not getting any response from them. But wait, let me give a tip that came in handy. Make sure you use a bank card to pay for airline tickets. And if the third-party company is not responding, file a dispute with your bank. Provide your bank with documentation and proof that you followed the rules, and ask your bank to handle the dispute directly with the airline. My bank did all the heavy lifting for me, and I was able to get a full refund using this tip. Be sure to use the tips on your next adventure. Now go and enjoy your vacation, but keep these tips in mind. I am curious, though, how many of these tips did you already know? Leave your comments below. And if you want to get more travel tips and hacks, watch the videos in my travel tips and hacks playlists. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. I hope you found value from this video. Please remember to subscribe, like the video, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Visit the links in the description. Anything you purchase will help to support the channel. Until then, safe travels. See you soon.